Hey, welcome to Ken's Cardboard. Hope you had a great week and you're having a great weekend. Sunday morning here down in my basement and just enjoying the weekend. Yesterday was a day of celebration for a friend of mine who passed away. She was only 53 years old. She unfortunately had a battle with breast cancer for 20 years, and it's not. We all have an end someday. But as I like to say, a band I listened to is called Switchfoot. They say life is short, live it well. So I'm trying to do my best living it well. Fortunately, I've been blessed with a great family and good health and good career. So I've been financially stable my whole life, so that's pretty good. But yeah, just a little public service announcement there to live your life well if you can. So picked up a new hat here. Shout out to my buddy Saul over at BD Kane 721. I just like the City Connect jerseys that the Padres have, and I'm just keeping my allegiance a little bit to baseball, not just to the Rockies. I have not been paying too much attention to baseball. Haven't watched any of the playoff games. Just watched a few highlights here and there. But just the way the baseball's gone this year is just have less and less desire, less interest to watch baseball. But I do like this hat, and I like the colors, and I'm gonna wear it. Also wearing one of my favorite t-shirts my daughter got me of Boba Fett. Anyways, today is Sunday morning, and Broncos pulled out the ugliest win I've seen in a while over in London against the Jets, but a win is a win. So they had a couple ugly losses, so we'll make up for that, I guess. But they're 4-2, so not too bad. 2 games on the road recently in Philadelphia and in London, so come back home here and see what they can do next week. Speaking of football, I picked up some more football cards. My favorite player, you may know if you watch my channel. If you don't watch my channel, was Ed McCaffrey. Played for the Broncos in the late 90s, early 2000s, and still collect his cards occasionally. So, I've just been in kind of my hobby, state of the hobby right now for me is stay away from as much of the new stuff as possible and focus on players that I liked when I was growing up. So I've been focusing on like Dan Marino and Bo Jackson and Ed McCaffrey. Just going back to the times when I was a fan as a kid and not focusing so much on what's going on today. Sports today is crazy. I'm still pretty into the Avalanche, so I did pick up some new Avalanche cards, but haven't come in yet. But I am picking up them. I got some new modern cards and some older cards of Ed McCaffrey that I want to share with you, and something that my neighbor gave to me as well. So let's flip around the camera and see what we got.
All right. I think most of you watch my channel for baseball cards or maybe even hockey cards, I guess, but maybe not as much football cards. I know I have a couple people who appreciate football cards like I do. I collect, baseball, hockey, and football. Don't collect basketball or soccer, or I do collect a little bit of Star Wars, but it's just enjoyable to collect the sports that I like. And I named my channel Ken's Cardboard and not like a baseball card channel in general, just because I like sports cards from multiple different hobbies. So I picked up a few modern cards here just because they haven't really made too many modern cards of Ed McCaffrey. But first up is this. I'm gonna get some light. All right, back. Had to get some light shining on my here because I got some shiny cards to show you. So get some sunglasses out in case you don't want to be blinded. But this card here, I don't know what this parallel is or what it's called, but it's the Panini Select, one of my favorite designs of Panini Select football card designs. I don't know what this is called, but super shiny with the streaks there at $2.99. This is from 2024. Panini. It says 2025 Panini America, so recent stuff there of Ed McCaffrey. And I picked up another parallel. This is the red, white, and blue wave or whatever it is. Pretty looking card as well. The shine. These are numbered at 249. So we got a couple of those. And the seller, one of the sellers threw in this cool Terrell Davis from Fleer Game Time. What year is this? This is a 2001. Nice looking design. Little TD action in the background. And then I picked up a couple Prism cards too. This is the Pandora, which I really like the look of this, the way it shines and the colors. This is just the regular Pandora. Again, 2024 Panini. Beautiful looking card. Didn't get some shine action on that thing. And I picked up this another parallel. I picked up these for all. I think each one of them was less than $5. That last one's not numbered. This is the orange laser. You know, kind of a Broncos color. I don't think these are numbered though. The orange laser. And then this is a numbered. This is a numbered version. This is a blue wave, I guess. I don't know what to call this one either. I know the wave's called like that in Topps Chrome, but not sure what they're called in Panini Prism Land. But these are at 230. Got to just pick up a few of those. They're very, very affordable. There's lots of them on the eBay. People think they can get more money for them, but you know, competition outweighs. Not a lot of people picking up Ed McCaffrey cards these days. So, going back to speaking of Prism, going back to the original Prism with a Prism with a S instead of a Z. Look at this beautiful card. Number also, this is numbered out of 320, not 230, but this is from 2000 or yeah, 2000 Prism, I think. No, 1999. It says it right on the front here. Beautiful looking card. Didn't have this one. Thought I'd add it to my Ed McCaffrey collection. Picked up a couple other premium cards from back in the day. So this is the Playoff Absolute Memorabilia from 2002. Spectrum version. See the shine on that one. Beautiful. Nice Broncos logo. Got his number in the background. Just awesome design. It's kind of an overlap there on the bottom. These are numbered out of 100. Ed McCaffrey had a serious injury on September 10th, 2001. I remember that specifically because the next day was September 11th, 2001, when all chaos hit New York City and Washington, D.C. with all the terrorism going on. Ed didn't have much of a career after that, but serious knee injury. Now we got a brand that's not talked a lot about or talked about much. I guess it's called Collector's Edge. And this is the Super Masters, I think, or Hobby, I don't forget what it's called. I can't read what it says up there. Maybe it says on the back, but look at this beautiful design. Look at that. How the light bounces off the background of this. Amazing looking card. These are numbered at 2000, so not too rare. SM4 Supermasters, I think it's called Supermasters. Dang, that's a beautiful looking card, and this is very affordable. I think I paid, you know, $6 for it. Gonna have to put that in a one touch. Just like the shine on that sucker. Amazing, amazing. And then another Pacific card from Revolution. I'm not sure what parallel this is, but again, we got the rainbow foil scratched out in the background there. Pacific Revolution. I love Pacific. Underrated for its time. Okay, oh, here we go. Shadow Series. You can see it. You can see there in the background. It's really hard to see on camera, but it says Shadow Series right there. It's stamped in the back, on the front there. Number 1999. These are numbered out of 99. So, pretty epic card. Already got this one in a one touch because it came in something pretty gross. Came in this awesome screw down. Look at that scratching on that. Oh man. So I had to switch it up to a new version, cleaner modern version. So that's the cards I picked up. My neighbor was talking to him out in the yard when I was working on my garage last weekend, and he gave me this poster that he had recently signed by Ed McCaffrey, who was signing at some event locally for free. This is something from the Times Call in Longmont here, the newspaper where I live, and got that signed. So pretty cool to have this. It's too big to fit in the background here, but we'll include it there. And then he also asked me if I had a mini helmet signed. I said I didn't. I only have a full-size helmet signed by Ed McCaffrey. And so he gave me this helmet. He said he had 4 Ed McCaffrey mini helmets, and so he sent me this one with a copper signature on it. I like Ed's signature. Got a little football there, Ed, and with the M, and the little football and his number. So pretty cool signature there. Really appreciate that. My buddy Clint, next door neighbor, give me that stuff. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and the rest of your week. And life is short. Live it well. Peace.